we must finish the story and bring you our WrestleMania 40 Night 2 predictions. Welcome back to another episode of the Marked Wrestling Show, where we love professional wrestling. I'm your host, Mikey, and we are here to give you our predictions for WrestleMania 40 Night 2. And again, I already made a WrestleMania prediction video for Night 1. Who knows if this will actually be the order that the matches go in, and they might actually switch up what night the matches go on. It's wrestling. Card is subject to change. So again, if these end up not being in the right order, or if they switch things around and they end up being on different nights, it does not change my prediction at all. These are my predictions for the outcomes of this match, and a little bit of fantasy booking forward of what might happen going forward that we've done on some of these. All right, let's get into this WrestleMania 40 Night 2 prediction for our first match that we're going to talk about, which is the Street Profits with Bobby Lashley versus the Final Testament. All right, this match, I feel like, and this is going to be a street fight match. This will be fun with that stipulation. I'm sure it's going to be very brutal. You're going to have somebody like Montez in there as well, though. So as much of this is like a big guy match, you're gonna have Montez in there to do some high flying spots for you as well. That should be a lot of fun. So a good variety in here. At the end of the day, I feel like the Street Profits, they've been established on the main roster for a while now. Could you keep raising them up? Yes, you can. Bobby Lashley, he's been around forever and well established. You're not going to do anything to hurt his level of stardom. The Final Testament, though, again, I feel like this is obviously a lot of wrestlers and characters that were done wrong when they were out of the hands of Triple H. Now that he's got his hands on him again, it's another wrong that he'd like to make right. When I look at Karrion Kross, I know he has it. He has something there. They just haven't been able to present it yet. It's getting there. Akam and Razor being back. I was excited when they announced that they were coming back because I liked them when they were in NXT. It hasn't quite hit yet either, but Paul Ellering is back with them as well. They can get him more involved. I think there's just more to do with this group, and I trust Triple H that he can keep moving this group forward, but to do that, they need to get a win. You can't have them getting a loss so early into the build of this group. So I am predicting that Final Testament will win this match. All right, and then we got L.A. Knight, versus AJ Styles, and this is just a straight up match, but AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Has he aged? Yeah, but I think he is still one of the best, and I think he can get a really good match out of LA Knight. Okay, LA Knight's not horrible or anything. He's not the best wrestler in the world either. But AJ Styles can get a really good match of LA Knight and make LA Knight look really good by just having a good match with him in ring, but also by putting LA Knight over and letting LA Knight get the pin. I predict that LA Knight gets the win here because, man, the guy has had such an amazing year. But when it comes to PLEs, premium live events, pay-per-views, he doesn't get it done. But now he's got a chance at WrestleMania to get it done. So this is the time he finally gets it done. LA Knight gets his win here at WrestleMania and has a WrestleMania moment. And the fans continue to be just white hot for him whenever he's on the mic and in front of the crowd. All right, for our next match, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Randy Orton in a triple threat match for that United States Championship. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, they've kind of formed somewhat of an alliance, right? Well, I think that is going to be the thing that does them in. You really can't trust anybody. You can't really trust Randy Orton. You can't really trust Kevin Owens. Logan Paul is going to be able to take advantage of that, and he walks away with the United States champion. And again, I just think it makes too much sense. I mean, he's going to start having his logo in the ring at premium live events now for the Prime stuff that he sells. You're going to have, just the social media aspect of him that you have to keep promoting your company and promoting your shows. I think you keep it on Logan Paul here. Again, don't know how, but Randy and Kevin at some point that alliance is going to end. They're not going to see eye to eye. It'll probably, Randy Orton, he's a viper, right? He's a snake. He can't help himself sometimes. And maybe that is the deal. Maybe he tries to go for an RKO on Kevin Owens, and then that sparks them, in a heated moment, and Logan Paul's able to take advantage of it and retain. All right, for our next match, Io Sky versus Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship. And in this one, I feel like Bailey's gotta win. All right. She's obviously already started her journey towards being babyface again because we feel sympathetic towards her now. She got kicked out of Damage Control. We've always liked Bailey, anyways, even while she's been a heel. Like, she's been so good at it. Like, fans love her character. They love her wittiness. They love Bailey. We love Bailey, okay? She's got to have a WrestleMania moment. She is part of, she's part of the Four Horsewomen, all right? And all the Four Horsewomen have had big WrestleMania moments, except for Bailey. She's had big moments like at WrestleMania being there, but she's got to have that signature win. That kind of moment at WrestleMania. So she's got to get it here at this WrestleMania, at WrestleMania 40, defeating Io Sky for that championship, holding that belt above high. And again, same type of thing where we were talking about Rhea Ripley. The fans are just going to be cheering for her and wild for that. So she's going to be full on babyface from here going forward. I don't expect her to be wearing no ponytail on the side of the head and having the floppy things when she does her entrance again, but she'll be face, and people will be happy to be cheering for her. All right, and then our next match, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for that WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I already mentioned it in the previous video for Night 1 prediction. Seth is just going to get smashed on Night 1. He's going to be, it's been talked about so much about his bad back, all the injuries he's had, but how he's been willing to keep going and going and going. And Drew has told him, hey, we have a match at WrestleMania. Forget all that other stuff. Don't wrestle every week. Just rest, get ready, because I'm getting ready and I'm going to murder you if you're not completely ready. And I think that's what's going to happen. Drew is going to murder Seth. Seth is, he might get some stuff in, but it's going to look like Drew is just dominant in there. That's what I predict is going to happen in this match. Seth is just going to be too beat up. And Drew's not going to give any sympathy He's going to beat him, he's going to smash him, and he's going to get his WrestleMania moment of becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion in front of fans. This time, fans aren't going to be cheering for him, but you know, it's going to be amazing. And if he gets booed by that Philly crowd, that they're gonna WWE is gonna love that reaction, and they're gonna be able to play off of that for a long time to come. Keeping up a feud with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre feuding with CM Punk going forward. We're about to have a lot of fun with this one. All right, and that brings us to our main event. Roman Reigns versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, for the WWE Championship. And wow, what a match this is going to be. Cody got pinned on night 1, so we're looking at bloodline rules, so there's going to be interference. Okay? You're going to have Jimmy come out. You're going to have Solo come out. But then Seth is going to come out. Jay is going to come out. They're going to be there to stop any interference within the ring, right? Because we don't want to see any interference in the ring. It's been done so many times, and there's a ton of fans who are tired of it. I'm not exactly tired of it, but there's a ton of fans who just don't want to see interference at all. Well, we want shenanigans, though. We do want shenanigans outside the ring. So again, Jimmy and Jay, they had their feud, so Solo and Jimmy, when they come out there, they want to interfere, but maybe Jimmy Hart is not all the way in it. So when he's fighting with Jay, he at some point he relents and kind of gives up. Seth is so beat up that he's getting dominated by Solo, and then so Jay's got to go help him out again because Jimmy has decided, you know what? I don't want to fight with my brother anymore. So he stops fighting with him, and that allows Jay to go, beat up Solo and save Seth. But they're still all, intertwined with each other. Then boom. Again, Cody and Roman, they're still having their thing. They're having a great match in ring. And again, I'm predicting this is going to be a movie, okay? This is going to be an hour-and-a-half long movie. Just think about this. I mean, Cody Rhodes' entrance is going to be 10 minutes. Roman Reigns' entrance is going to be 20 minutes alone. I mean, and think about, I didn't even mention it on night 1, but night 1, my goodness, same thing. It's going to be a movie on night 1 because you're going to get, probably we're probably going to have to sit through over a half hour of entrances alone on night 1 for that tag match. But yeah, night 2 here, it's going to be a movie. You're going to get a half hour of entrances. You're going to get a half hour match in ring before the interference comes. Then all the shenanigans comes. The interference starts coming. Again, we got to the point where everything's kind of been neutralized between Jimmy, Solo, Jay, and Seth. Boom! The Rock music hits, and he starts making his way to the ring. He's the final boss. He's going to be the one that comes down to save Roman to keep the championship in the bloodline. He gets, I don't know, how far do we want to say he gets? We'll say he gets halfway down the ramp. Boom, music hits. Whose music hits? Triple H. We know how good of a feud Triple H and The Rock had back in the day, and it was legit. they really had, you know, they really clashed, like not just in ring, but backstage. So, uh, who it makes sense, right? Triple H music hits. He comes out. Rock again. He's halfway down the ramp. He turns around. We remember what he said to Triple H at the press conference. He cussed him out and told him, you need to fix this with the whole situation with Cody. He never did. So The Rock is now distracted by Triple H. Instead of heading down to help Roman, he's distracted by Triple H. He's walking up the ramp and he's saying, hey, I'm your boss, boy. Okay, I'm coming up there and I'm going to show you I'm your boss. Okay, Triple H has had a heart attack. He cannot get physical. We don't want to see that. We don't want him having any problems. So, The Rock is getting up that ramp. Boom. Who else has got to come out to help Cody and neutralize the situation? Okay, The Rock right now, he is the final boss. You can't just have one guy out there. You brought Triple H out there to give the distraction. Just like in Avengers, magically more help shows up. And who's showing up? Seemingly coming up out of the portals. They're just magically, boom, coming out of the, out of the backstage. Boom, first thing you hear, but da da da, John Cena. His music hits. He comes out. And Triple H steps aside so John Cena can get in here. Again, another great feud that The Rock has had in his career. John Cena versus The Rock. Boom, there they get fighting right away. But The Rock, he's the final boss now. He starts getting the upper hand on John Cena. And then it's looking like, okay, he's taking care of John Cena. He's going to start walking back down the ring now because, again, Triple H is not going to get physically involved. Right when The Rock thinks he's got the upper hand, he's got the opportunity now to head down to the ring and help Roman. The glass shatters. Here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. He comes out. He starts opening a can of whoop ass on The Rock. Hits him with the stunner. The Rock is now neutralized. Roman, he's got that shocked, stunned look on his face. He cannot believe what he's seeing. Roman turns around to see Cody Rhodes flying at him to hit a Cody cutter. He hits the crossroads 3 times on him. And boom, Cody Rhodes finishes the story. They bring him the belt. He holds up the belt. He brings it to Mama Rhodes and he hands her the belt so she gets to hold it. He brings it back into the ring and holds it up for the entire crowd because he's done it for, the fans as well. And, we begin a new story. That's my prediction for that match. Again, this is going to be an epic movie. It really is. It's going to be, both main events involving the bloodline. It's going to be a movie. I imagine each one of them is going to be at least an hour long. I mean, just think of night one. Again, all 4 of those people making their entrances: Seth, Cody, Roman, Rock, and they're all coming out separately. That's going to be a half hour of entrances alone. Okay. Again, night 2, Cody, Roman, their entrances. That's going to be a while, and then you're going to have all they're going to have an actual good entertaining match, and then towards the end of it, that's when all the shenanigans happen. That's when more music starts happening and all these other legends and superstars making entrances and getting into shenanigans like near the ring but not in the ring, so that Cody can win clean. After we see that stuff going on for a good 15 minutes. So again, at that point, the entrances plus the match plus all the shenanigans, we're looking at over an hour. And then Cody wins clean, and then we see him, celebrate for the next 10, 15 minutes. So we're looking at hour 15, hour and a half of of this, I bet you. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be worth it. And I can't wait for it. All right, that is my WrestleMania 40 Night 2 predictions. Let me know what you think. Do you like my predictions? Do you not? Do you think I'm right on any of them? Do you think I'm wrong? Let me know. What do you agree with? What don't you agree with? I want to know who you think is going to win as well, or who you think is going to lose. And here we go. WrestleMania 40 is coming up. Let's get ready. All right. Thanks for listening to the show. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Again, leave all those comments. If you're listening on podcast, please hit the follow, subscribe, 5-star rating, and written review, because that all helps the show grow. And this has been the Marked Wrestling Show, where we love professional wrestling. Peace out.